Joel Glazer spoke to the Manchester United fan forum today and revealed some really interesting things, including one very interesting factor which I'm going to present to you guys. So without any further ado, let's just hear what he has to say. Before I move on any further, I would really appreciate if you can like, subscribe and also comment on what you think about this video and the decision that the Glazers have made. In the meeting, Joel discussed the vision for the club to opening remarks to fan representatives, along with his intentions for investment in Old Trafford and the training ground. He went on to say, "Our goal is to win every competition we compete in, and we will continue to invest in our academy and in the transfer market to support the manager in an effort to meet the club's goals. As a club, we have devoted a lot of time and resources over the last several years updating and further developing our vast global scouting network to adapt to the modern football environment. This is a project that should provide a foundation for long-term success in the years to come." We've also heard Ed Woodward use this a lot of times in the past. Anyway, Joel Glazer continued, "In addition, as you all know, we have also been focused on growing and developing our women's team in line with the traditions and values of the club, and we are committed to continuing the process." So for those who do not know Manchester United's women's team, the head coach of Manchester United's women's team, Casey Stoney, has stepped down as the head coach due to the lack of facility and infrastructure for women's football. So this was basically addressing that point. He continued with, and I quote, "Old Trafford is at the heart of Manchester United, and while we have spent over 100 million over the last 10 years on infrastructure projects, we will now accelerate the process of planning much more significant investments and upgrades to the stadium. Rest assured, we will consult with supporters throughout the process to end up with a result we can all be proud of." This was basically referring to the leakages and the repairment that Old Trafford requires. If you have followed Manchester United of late, there have been a lot of complaints coming from the media and the fans that the rooftop has been leaking for some time now when it rains. This statement was probably to address that situation. Went on to say, "The same goes for our training ground. Preliminary planning work is already underway, and there will be significant funding available to further enhance our facilities and ensure they remain world class." So basically, Liverpool a few years back had invested in the state-of-the-art facility, also known as the AXA training ground, and they've spent a lot of money trying to enhance their facilities for the betterment of the players. Manchester City and Chelsea are already ahead in terms of facilities for both the academy and the main team. So basically, this statement was to ensure that even Manchester United would be provided with funds to instate new types of facilities for the grounds and also make sure that Manchester United do not fall behind. Now let's come to the real interesting factor of this meeting. Proposals to strengthen fan representation and the role of fans at the heart of the club were outlined, with a view to further refinement with MUST and the fans forum. These include creation of a fan advisory board to consult with the club's senior leadership and owners, in addition to a strengthened fans forum. The board will be made up of representatives from the forum and key fans group to ensure the fans' perspective is embedded within the club's decision-making processes. This is a huge statement which I do not know they can live up to or not. The club has initiated a direct dialogue with MUST with the aim of identifying a mutually beneficial fan share scheme involving a new class of shares which will each carry the same voting rights as the share owned by the Glazers family. If you want to know why this is such an important factor, and if you want to make it easier for yourself to understand this point, you can see this video of mine where I explained how shares are an important factor of Glazers buying and acquiring Man United, and also a very important part of why Manchester United isn't dead. So if you are confused about this point, to clarify your doubts, you can watch this video up here. Now this is the interesting part. The Glazers will allot a new class of shares which will have the same voting rights as that of the Glazers. Basically this means that fans will have an equal or close to equal say at the club's decisions. This module is similar to most German clubs that have a 51 to 49% ratio share between the fans and the administration. Time will only say if this is the correct decision or not. There have been a lot of statements that have been going in the past which have really backfired. One of the statements being this by Ed Woodward in 2014. If anything, this is probably one of the most positive news that we've seen in a long time. Definitely in 16 years, one of the best decisions made by the Glazers. This is me, Ayush, and I hope to see you guys soon. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. This is it from me, and I will see you guys soon.